As most of you know, Beauty and Black second season is out now, and I've just watched it. Based on what I saw, I can tell you that part 2 will be even more complicated. In the end, we're talking about Bellaries. Everything about them is complicated. Anyways, I have all the details you need to know about the second part, so let's dive in. With Horace marrying Kimmy, everything in her life changed. Kimmy, her friends, and her sister have everything they've never had before. And I'm not just talking about the money. Rain started crying when she saw her bed. She's never had a room before. It was actually kinda sad for me to watch that scene. Beauty in Black doesn't give us emotional scenes. We mostly see people hating each other. So I guess you can tell that I wasn't expecting something like that. And they weren't either. We watched Kimmy questioning everything that's happening around them. She even tried to run away because she thought something would happen to them. But finally, she started to enjoy her new life a little. And I have to tell you something. I knew that she was smart, but I didn't know that she was Harvard smart. She knows how to handle numbers, and she definitely knows how she'll run that company. I was kinda sure when she worked day and night before going to the office, but the meeting was something that I didn't know I needed. She was on fire. She came up with a whole new business plan in a night, and she didn't even use ChatGPT. So that's why I'm sure she'll do an amazing job. Mark my words, she's even going to solve the Lena problem. The company has a lot of lawsuits that we've heard about in the first season, and the Bellaries couldn't do anything except threatening Lena, aka the lawyer. And now that Kimmy learned the whole situation, she'll be handling it like a pro. With the new business plan, the company will pay its debt and start making profit, and Kimmy will pay the patient's expenses with that money. And since she's not a Bellarie, at least not by blood, she'll do that happily. That way, people will drop the lawsuits and get the treatment they deserve. Even though the lawsuits will be dropped, Lena won't go away. Since the first moment I saw her, I think that she's the kind of woman Kimmy will be friends with. They're both very smart, they care about people, but most importantly, they hate Bellaries. So Kimmy will keep Lena close, and she will help Kimmy take down the Bellaries. Horace haven't met Lena before, so he doesn't have that hate against her, and that's a good thing. He also wants to take his own family down, so it'll be the dream team. I can hear you say, but Horace is sick, he'll get better. He's not going to die, guys. He'll be cured in the place he went for treatment, and he'll be back even before we know it. Let's move on to the next huge problem we have, Glenn. Let me tell you something. That whole scene was just stupid. Okay, I get that Rain thought something bad was going on, but if it were true, Sylvie would be screaming for help. It was obvious that the thing Rain thought is happening wasn't happening, and she threw Glenn out of the window. Don't you think it's a little overreacting? Thank God he's not dead. I mean, I'm not sure if he'd be fully okay, but at least he's not dead. You know, killing Jules is so would be the worst thing they could have done. I just hope that he won't find out about it. Since Kimmy threatened him with his family, Jules will immediately think that Kimmy did it, and there won't be any way to stop him since Horace is not there. Thankfully, they have Alex. I don't know about you guys, but I really like him. I think that he's really on Kimmy's side. He's been helping them this whole time, and he's definitely one of my favorite character. I mean, we saw him more than we saw Angel, so he can be in the favorite character category. Besides these, we officially have a new murderer in the family, and it's none other than Charles. Here's the thing. I get that he killed those men to protect himself. I mean, we all saw that it was self-defense. But why cut them in pieces like Dexter? And I don't know if you noticed, but even his clothes were looking like Dexter's. Anyways, it was kinda sad that he wanted help from literally everyone, and they didn't listen or care about him. But still, chopping bodies is still not the right way to solve the problem, and part 1 left us with a huge cliffhanger. You know, some guys in masks broke into Charles's house and were pointing their guns at him and Varney. They can't be the dead guy's friends. There's no way that they learned the situation that fast, and why would they come to his house even though he just killed 3 guys without any hesitation? So that's why I think that they are sent by one of the Bellaries. But let me know who you guys think they were. And the good news is, we don't have to wait long to find out who they were. Netflix hasn't announced an official date yet, but we know that the 2 seasons had 4 months between in the first season. Based on that, we'll get Beauty and Black Part 2 in January 2026. This means we can get the trailer by November 2025. In the meantime, you can check the video on the screen and don't forget to follow for more Beauty and Black content.